For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord. Chastening is good, even though it doesn't seem like it at the time. On my uncle's son's farm back in Clayton, Alabama, as I spoke about it before, he had 3 meals: 6 a.m. breakfast, 12 noon dinner, and 6 p.m. supper. Be there or you didn't eat. My uncle's son and Aunt Thelma, they had a young lady who came there to help them, a woman named Belle. She would come early in the morning and she would help with the cleaning and the washing and ironing, and after supper and the dishes were done, she'd go on home. So it was a typical noonday dinner meal. We're sitting down, and Uncle Son and Aunt Thelma had the dinner prepared there, and I believe it was something like scrumptious sweet potato pom-pom. My friends from the Philippines and my wife and them, they told me, when I told them about sweet potato pom-pom, they call it, you would probably call it sweet potato casserole, but my Aunt Thelma called it sweet potato pom-pom, and then my wife and Filipino friend said it was something else in Filipino, I don't know. But we had sweet potato pom-pom, fresh field peas, and fried raccoon. So my Uncle Son said, Belle, we're getting ready to sit down to the dinner table, and I want you to fan the flies. So she stood there with the fly swatter while we were eating, and she fanned a little bit, but she had an attitude. She didn't like the fact that he told her to fan the flies. She wanted to sit down. But the servants don't sit down with the masters. They serve them, and afterwards they sit and eat. So Uncle Son started talking to Mother Farm. He said, Annabelle, you know, the farm is doing pretty good. I was thinking about getting the tractor, and zoom, a fly flew across his face. Uncle Son said, Belle, fan the flies. So he kept on talking. He said, yeah, you know, I'm thinking about purchasing some more land, and zoom, another fly. Belle, I'm not going to tell you but one more time, fan the flies. And as Uncle Son talked, another fly flew across his plate, and he jumped up from that table so quickly and ran over behind the table. There was an old-fashioned washing machine, the kind with the wringer, and it had a circular top. He took that lid off, and there was a rubber insulation cord. He took that out and folded it, and he beat Belle around the table about 3 or 4 times. Whap-a-chow, whap-a-chow, whap-a-chow. He said, I said, fan them flies. Whap-a-chow. He said, when I tell you to fan them flies, nigga, you better fan them flies. And he beat around that table about 3 or 4 times. And just as quick as he got up, he sat back down. And he looked at her. And he said, Belle, fan the flies. Boy, I'm telling you, her arms were like bionic. You couldn't even see that fly swatter because she was swatting the flies so fast. She was chastened by Uncle Son. My son, the scriptures tell us, despise thou not the chastening of the Lord. Faint not when you're rebuked of him. When our fleshly fathers corrected us, Hebrews 12:8 tells us, we gave them reverence. How much more shall we be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? No chastening while you're going through it seems joyous, but grievous. But afterwards it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So when we are chastened of the Lord, it's for our own good, our own benefit. And so we've all got a little Belle in us, I'm sure. But be obedient. It's better than a sacrifice, and it will bring less chastening. Let's not be like Belle, but let's be obedient. Amen. Amen.